up in 2013. So guys, let's start with this. It's year 2 with Larry Fedora as head coach. What's different between year 1 and year 2 with the new head coach? Kareem, yeah, you go first.
Okay. Difference between year 1 and year 2, is just the comfortability with the coaches. We know what Coach Fedora expects out of us, and we know what to expect out of him from coaching and everything. So I think that's the biggest thing that happened from year 1 to year 2.
I think, yeah, along the lines of that is less uncertainty. I think I was sitting up here last year and I was wondering what training camp was going to be like. But now, we have a goal in mind, and Coach Fedora does a great job of setting that goal and setting the tempo for our whole team. And we're excited about the upcoming season.
Okay, we have a couple mics out. If you could, okay, we got there. Again, name, introduce yourself, and please let us know who you want to answer your question first.
First, Bryn, and then Kareem. Bob Holliday saw some of your games last year. There's never been a team not named Tech to represent the Coastal Division in the ACC Championship game. Can this team score an historic breakthrough, and what'll it take?
Yeah, I think we got a chance. I think last year was a good stepping stone for us, and our whole team last year was, we were looking forward to the opportunity this year to, build off that season last year and make that next step and, hopefully play in that game.
To go along with what Brent said, I think that the big thing for this year is just to play together as a team. Both offensive and defensive sides of the ball has to play well in order to make that come true.
Mark Dofer, WYFF, in the back from Greenville, South Carolina. Can you guys talk about your opener going to Williams-Brice Stadium for that Thursday night game to kick off the season?
I think it's going to be really exciting. I think I can speak for Kareem and our whole team. We're looking forward to the opportunity. They're a top 10 team, very good team, best player in the country. So it really gives us a chance to see how we stack up, and we can build off that for the rest of the season.
I think it's really going to be a big part of our season. Being able to start with the top 10 SEC team, it can really elevate us for going on into the ACC play and the rest of our non-conference schedule. So I think it's a big opportunity for not only the team, but for the UNC football brand.
This is a question for Bryn, Jeff Gravely, WRAL.
Jeff.
Have you ever worn your Coastal Division Championship ring? And can you talk about just not having that postseason band attached to this season?
I have worn the ring. I wear it with pride. And I think, to speak along those lines, I think Coach Fedora did a great job of giving that, respect to our seniors. All those guys could have left, but they didn't. They did not. And they really, carried us through that season through a tough time. And as far as, being able to play in a bowl game and possibly the ACC title, it's like Christmas. You get some new shoes, and you really like them. And we're looking forward to all the games we have this season. But to be able to go to a bowl game this year is going to be a lot of fun.
Brian, former KWFMY News 2. You guys have both been through a lot of turmoil as a Tar Heel. Has the smoke kind of cleared now over Tar Heel football?
Kareem, why don't you take that first?
Yes, it's definitely cleared. Since the NCAA they gave us our sanctions, and we've had the bowl ban, we can finally move on from here. Lost a few scholarships, but that's something that we don't really necessarily see. So I think we can finally move on from the things that went on and just put it in the past for this program.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think we put it behind ourselves when we got dealt with the sanctions. I think everybody, took their time to just, kind of embrace them and take ownership and say, hey, we're moving on. We're looking forward to, starting fresh this year.
Bill Whitehead, Scripps Howard newspapers in Florida. Bryn, earlier, Taj Boyd said this is likely the best conference he felt in the country for quarterback play. And you have a couple of really good ones on your side of the conference. Talk about guys like Stephen Morris, Logan Thomas, and what you see in them as a fellow quarterback.
Yeah, I've gotten, to build a lot of great relationships with the quarterbacks in this conference. And, there's a lot of great talent. Everybody can, play the game really well. And to be, one of the top conferences, I think, for quarterback play is awesome. I got a chance to spend a lot of time with Stephen and Logan. Speaking to Stephen at the Manning camp, and then, Logan just the past couple of years and being from Virginia. Those are great competitors. Playing against them, it's always scary. I know Kareem would probably speak on that, but you're watching from the sidelines and you see the throws they make. It's absolutely unbelievable.
Oh yeah, like he was saying, the quarterbacks in this league are probably as best it's been in a long time, and going against guys like Taj Boyd and Logan, we know that as a defense, we have to get to them or they'll pick us apart, you know. And Bryn, he can definitely, you know, he's holding his own. You know, I feel like he's the best one in the conference. And so, you know, in order for us to be successful as a defense, we have to stop these quarterbacks in this league so that he can perform.
Hey, Bryn and Kareem, Jim Connors from News 14 Carolina and Time Warner Cable. Good to see you again. I have a question for each of you. I'll start with Bryn. How much of a culture shock was Larry Fedora's arrival? How much did it shake you up? And have things settled down for you in that respect, or is he still the Tasmanian devil?
I think I was excited. He's got kind of my personality, really fiery, and you know, never back down attitude. And that's what I really liked. You know, the first time he came in the, I'll never forget the first time he came in the meeting room. We kind of met him. He was just, you know, getting after it with that intensity. And you want that as a player. You want a coach that's going to have your back at all times. And I wouldn't ask for a better coach than Coach Fedora and the job he's done to get us over that hump of having the sanctions and, you know, moving forward to this season. You know, so he's done a great job of just, you know, getting the whole program behind him.
And Kareem, for you, your defense has always been able to make a big play, but you had a ton made against you.
Yeah.
And so where does that stand with what you're going to need to do this year to shore up some holes defensively?
I think we just have to know our assignments. You know, defensive responsibility is the biggest thing for us going into this season. I think in a lot of the games where we were gashed for big plays and gave up a lot of points, it was because we did it to ourselves, you know, from missed assignments and everything. So I think that it's a big part for the defense just to learn the playbook this year and, you know, be where you're supposed to be and do your 111.
This is for Bryn, Kenny Beck, WXII 12 News. The first time in school history, 3 offensive linemen taken in the same draft. That's a great thing, but as a quarterback, how do you assess where the offensive line is this year? And could you say a few words about the development of Eric Ebron and what you expect from a guy who may be your favorite target again this year?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, very discomforting for losing those 3 guys. I've been with those guys for the last 2 years, losing, you know, the number 7 overall pick, Jonathan Cooper and Travis Bonner and Brandon Williams. It's going to be tough, but we got a lot of guys behind them that are eager to play. I think if those 3 guys, you know, they did a great job of bringing those guys along even during the season, knowing that they're going to be the guys to replace them. So we're in great hands as far as that concerned, and you know, they're eager to play and want to show everybody, you know, the talent that they have as well. And as far as Eric Ebron, you know, he's the best tight end in probably the country. We're very blessed to have him, and I'm very fortunate to throw him the ball because he can do a lot of different stuff. We can split him out wide. We can, you know, he can block, everything like that. So he's the complete package as far as it comes to tight end play.
Hey, Bryn, question about, it's first of all hard to believe you're a senior. And now, you know, there were questions of, can you run this offense? And you said, yes, the offense I ran in high school, and you flourished last year. Talk about maybe your journey to where you are now from where you began and how successful you have become.
It's been a whirlwind, but, you know, I've had a lot of help along the way. I've been very fortunate to have, you know, 2 coaching staffs that are really, really good. Couldn't ask for, you know, Coach Fedora to come in and, you know, kind of take, you know, me under his wing and have a great year last year. But it's definitely been, you know, the whole town of Chapel Hill. We've been through a lot the last 4 years, going on 5 years. And, you know, it's gone fast. I didn't think when TJ told me that it was going to go really fast, it did go fast. And, you know, everything we've been through, it's been, you know, everybody behind me. You know, everybody's had great character as far as, you know, the teammates that I've been involved with. And even moving forward, you know, to be able to play against South Carolina, you know, your senior year, kickoff college football, against a top 10 team, you can't ask for a better dream. And I've had a great career, and I'm just looking forward to playing these 12 games with guys like Kareem and, you know, probably my best friends. So.
This question is for Bryn. Kevin Conley, Fox 8 in Greensboro. You went to the Manning camp this summer. What specifically did you do there, and what did you get out of it that will help you this season?
It's an unbelievable, you know, honor to be around guys like Peyton and Eli, and just the knowledge they have of the game. Just to be able to sit down and talk coverages, you know, talk how to prepare, talk about the complete game to the Super Bowl champion, and you almost kind of pinch yourself because you're sitting next to Peyton Manning, who's probably going to be the best quarterback of all time. you're like, dang, that's really Peyton Manning. He's talking to me. It's stuff like that. But they're so humble, you know, in the whole camp atmosphere that is run, and it's a great time just to be around your peers and other guys you're going to play against, and just kind of pick everybody's brain and get as much knowledge as you can.
Jamie Rich from News 14 Carolina. This question is for Bryn. A lot of hype surrounding the freshman TJ Logan coming out of this Greensboro area to North Carolina. I'm just curious to know what you know about him as a player and what you're kind of expecting, what type of difference maker he can be for you guys if Fedora allows him to play his freshman year.
Right. TJ's done a great job. Just a little time that I've had to see him, you know, work out with him in OTAs and as far as, you know, workouts with our strength staff. Unbelievable work ethic. Very fast. You know, all the hype, you know, I heard about him is how fast he was, and he exceeded that hype. You know, it's unbelievable to watch him run. And, you know, we're looking forward to, you know I am getting him the ball and getting him as many touches as he can a game and let him do his thing.
Do you think he will play this year, or will he be redshirted? What's your thoughts on that?
I think it's really, you know, that's not my call. I think, you know, the coaching staff's going to make that decision. You know, I'd love him to play. I'd love him, you know, to fit right in training camp and be in the mix. We're going to need everybody, though, so I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up playing. But, you know, that's going to be up to the coaching staff and Coach Anderson and how they want to utilize him.
Question for Kareem first and Bryn. You guys outscored people in the fourth quarter 95-40. Nobody else in the league came close to that. Kareem, you were talking about the big plays. Apparently you gave them all up in the second and third quarter. I think you were kind of gassed in it. How do you explain only 40 points in the fourth quarter, and then Bryn, the offensive dominance in the fourth quarter? Is it conditioning or more than that?
I think it's conditioning. You know, all the hard work we're putting here in the summer with Coach Lewis is shown in the second half of all our games. As a defense, we've been a better second half team than we have in the first half, and I think that it all goes back to the summer days where it's 95 degrees. We're out there running sprints. You know, we're complaining, but we know it's going to make us better. And it showed last year, like you said, only gave up 40 points in the fourth quarter. So I think that we're doing the same thing this summer, even more, so we can continue that trend.
I think that's the main thing Coach Flores preached is finish. He put up a sign in our practice facility that says finish. And the way we practice is, you know, to do that. We're always moving, always on the go, and that's the main thing that I realized as far as the differing of staffs. You know, this very intense practice, you know, going forward.